And for Team Lupus3, by the way, they really need a win. Because I don't think they have won the series, they only managed to get a draw earlier. But right now they're starting with an early lead. Armino getting one on the board just so quickly. Just all came down from that kind of mispositioning. And they just like led them to try to fix their mistake. And just, that was like already way too late for them. So Lupus3 already having that 1-0 against Insidious. It's gonna be keep on. Maybe trying to pass it. What's gonna be you? Sleeps or sleeps? Trying to go for an air dribble. Now this shot is just on target by Kodro. It wasn't just fast enough. It's gonna be Brom with a clear. Almost found the double tap right there. And Sleeps having really good midfield control so far, just denying the offensive plays even from coming. Now backs on with a save and also a clear, but still just Sleeps already pushing really hard, just getting the double touch as well. And it's gonna be Army now, almost squeeze the ball in to extend the lead even further. Nice banger from Sleeps. And it also seems like Lupus3 are having better clears than their opponents at the moment. They're just, every time the ball go or just get across the midfield, they're able to bang it all the way back to the blue side, which is really impressive to deny any opportunity that is given for Team Insidious at the moment. It's gonna be Kodro trying to make a play from the corner. It's gonna be Sleeps. It's gonna be put to the other side. And Kodro with an aerial. It's gonna be Brom with a save, just barely feathering his boost to get the second touch as well. Very well read by the defense of Lupus3 as well. It's gonna be Army now, having a lot of time and space given. This time we didn't see a banger clear, but instead we just saw a smart play. A weak touch at first and then followed up with another one. It's gonna be Sleeps, putting the ball to the corner. Now Brom. Maybe just looked for the Doomsday Dish, couldn't really get it. It's gonna be an early shot as well from backside. And the double commit coming from Lupus3. Even though Sleeps already had it, just coming off the ceiling, he still had his sleep, so he could get going. Just maybe they went for their team pinch, but it just, you don't really want to go for team pinches when you just have one goal lead only. And especially if you're looking for that win in the series as well. And Brom with a tight save, still keeping the team on the lead. And another double commit coming from Lupus3. They aren't able to get punished for it. It's gonna be Kodro with a banger. Now Sleeps putting it off to the other side, and an accidental team bomb coming from Lupus3. Just taking away every defender from having a part in that kind of play. And that's gonna result in a goal. It's gonna be a tie game. Insidious versus Lupus3. They have kept the lead going on for so long, and right now it just gets to be gone, or maybe taken away, all from that accidental weapon. A beautiful pre-jump coming from Brom, but still getting punished for loose positioning. Just two players on the backboard. Even though he managed to get the first save, but Pipon, he was there for the second touch, and this one was way too powerful before any defender gets to rotate back. The ball is just in already. It just out of sudden, the lead that you had just gets stolen from you. This one really stinks because for Lupus, they really need a win. And especially maybe like in the first game as well, because it could be really important. Once you get your first win, it just helps things get much easier later on to keep up the momentum and also the mindset. But there is no worries, I would say, because the game is already tied up. It was an open net and Armino just once again. 27 seconds left in game 1. And it's gonna be a kick-off goal from Sleeps and nobody's there to defend what is going on. Oh, just maybe the fast kickoff from Sleeps. Somehow he just managed to get the touch before his opponent does. Which is gonna be not even resulting in a 50, but instead it's just gonna be an early shot. And you can see that everybody was trusting the player who just went for the kickoff. Interesting way to go back in the lead for Lupus3. It's gonna be Peepon already up in the air, just going for his last shot. And Sleeps. Maybe keeping the ball up, but still, it's gonna be a game for Lupus3. That was kind of shaky. I'm not gonna try to... it was shaky from both sides, I'm not gonna lie. But it just, I don't know. It's definitely a weird game, how it was like going on back and forth, especially at the last minute. But I'm really liking the midfield control from Lupus and also their ability to clear the ball and just always banging it really hard. So I think that's going to be able to put them in advantage against Insidious, because if they're able to boom the ball and clear it every time, it's really going to be helping them to not to have any kind of pressure against them in the defense. Here we're starting game 2. It's going to be Brom off the backboard. Now it's going to be Kodro. Off to the midfield, and it's going to be Sleeps. Maybe trying to get the read of the wall, but getting beat by Baxon. And Insidious seems to be all over the field. They're just covering every spot already. Kodro making a sharp attempt to keep the pressure going against Lupus. And Baxon already up for the shot. It's going to be blocked by Armino. And again, just double commits and a lot of misunderstanding in the defense for Lupus3, just resulting in a lot of offensive play and space given for their opponents. It's gonna be Armino, just playing it very slowly. It's gonna be Kodro getting the clear. It's gonna be Brom just getting an early shot. Maybe it wasn't really that smart, but they're still able to keep the ball away from and also from going in. Interesting passing play coming from Lupus3. It's gonna be Armino. Just the ball is stuck in a really awkward spot and none of the defenders were able to clear it. But sadly, it was like a chance that is given, but it wasn't really put in a good use. Now Peepon trying to dribble the ball from the midfield, couldn't really get anything done. It's gonna be Baxon. Just completely within, but still Peepon is there for the shot. And Kodro off to the center. It's gonna be Baxon almost getting the touch. I'm really liking the offensive pressure coming from Insidious right now. I was speaking of Lupus3 ability to clear the ball and just boom it every time, but right now we're not seeing any of that. And also Insidious are taking a good advantage against their opponents, and it's gonna be Baxon getting the first goal in game 2. It was all just one-on-one situation. Just waited for the bounce and you sleeps, just a bit of mistiming, and also misread on the bounce as well, and just gonna be costing his team a goal. Just two players went for the ball for Insidious. I'm not sure if they just went for a pinch, but just usually one is enough, and especially when you have communication, you really need to make it clear who's gonna be going for it. Sleeps taking this to the right side. Now it's gonna be Brom off to the midfield. It's gonna be denied by Baxon, and Peepon with an early follow. 2-0 already for Insidious. A beautiful understanding of their passing plays. Just Baxon puts it down, and there you go. Peepon is really fast with a touch. And that's gonna do it. 2-0 against Lupus3. Now Peepon just beating the defenders on the ball, but still couldn't really get anything on target. It's gonna be Army now with a pass to Sleeps. Now Brom with a shot. It's gonna be blocked by Kodro. So it's just perfectly aimed at top corner. And now Kodro with a solo play. And again, just the defense isn't looking the best from Lupus3. It's just two players at the same spot, and the communication seems to be having some kind of issues between the players. You really want to make sure that the communication is short and clean, and also very informative. Who's really gonna go for it, and you just also gonna make it short as well, because you could be having more than a player just stacking back over each other, which is gonna be creating a lot of confusion. It seems to be not really double committing, but still they just seems to be at the same spot, and it's like weird couch movement, like left to right. The confusion of who's really gonna go for it is really showing. It's gonna be Brom. Just the last 10 seconds of the game. And Sleeps trying to have an ace into the ball and a double commit, but still resulting in a goal. Sleeps getting a very interesting angle of the wall. I'm not sure how is that even possible. And just two players already committed to that, so there was like the third wasn't even there to maybe secure it. But I'm not sure if that would be possible for Lupus3 to tie up the game. And it's gonna be game 2 going for Insidious, so we're tied up on the series, 1-1. We still have 2 games left. And it has also been another game where it's just 1 goal difference. So it's not any different than the previous series, except for the speed, I would say. Right now we are starting game 3. It's gonna be Peepon already up in the air for the clear. We're starting with an early shot from Insidious, but it just easily handled it. Now Armino getting the fake, but couldn't really get anything on target so far. Now Armino with a clear. Just maybe looking for a pinch, and it's gonna be sort of happening, but still nothing really threatening or scary for Insidious yet. It's gonna be Brom. Another miss coming from Lupus3. Just eventually those mistakes will definitely build up. It's gonna be backs on. I haven't really seen anything really scary from both of the teams. Besides those whiffs, that's just resulting in a really questionable positioning, I would say. It's gonna be an open net, but the shot wasn't really on target. Insidious, everybody seemed to be overcommitted. But thankfully, it wasn't really on target and nobody was there to follow it up so fastly. Or I'm not sure if fastly is even a word, so excuse me, I would say quickly, not fastly. It's gonna be Sleeves already up in there, just maybe getting his flip reset. Two defenders going for the save, and now it's gonna be Brom to punish. I'm not sure if he got his flip though, but he looked like he got his flip, but the way he's flipped, he just, I don't know, he just ended up being right on the ground, but still, it just took two defenders out of panic to go for a save, and there was Brom to capitalize on that mistake. And now it's gonna be Brom, this one is gonna be doing the job, getting his flip reset and putting the ball top corner. Maybe he's just showing Sleeps, this is how you gotta do it. You just go for the ball, just tilt your car, and like try to put your wheels on the ball, and just maybe that's how you gotta do it, you know? But Lupus3 are really starting with really good aggression in game number 3. Sure, it's just solo plays, but still, they're able to have their positioning going in the offense, but now in the defense not so much, and Peepon is there to capitalize. Huge miss from Sleeps on the wall. That resulted in the defender to be in a kind of awkward spot and just maybe even delayed on his decision because he was really trusting him on that ball. It's gonna be Sleeps maybe just redeeming himself. After that miss, he gets a clean double tap right off the kickoff. Well, that definitely redeemed himself. That just looked really clean, and once again, we're back on 2 goals lead for Lupus3. Now Kodro, and Brom just kind of missing the ball right there, just trying to get the catch, but he didn't really get it at all. Thankfully, there was a defender who was having the momentum and being fast enough to just turn around and keep the ball away from going in. An early shot from Peepon. It's gonna be another one, it's just not on target though. The pressure is really building up for Lupus3. They're struggling to get a decent clear. Now Brom had to play it slow. It's gonna be a pass back to Sleeps, but he wasn't really ready for it. And it's gonna be Peepon just getting their passing plays against Lupus. Again, the positioning seems to be really loose, and that was just a really beautiful passing play. So it just really got across so easily because you have like players from you have players from all over the field, but still just nobody seemed to be in a really good spot to be able to go ahead and follow it as quick as possible. So that's gonna be creating like a lot of weird gaps that shouldn't really be there in the first place. It's gonna be Sleeps with a catch and also Dribble just doing it all by himself, but still Peepon is there in the defense yet he isn't able to keep the ball away. Sleeps again getting another solo play, but this time it just came from all the way from his side to the blue side. It just with one flick only. Gonna be Brom getting a ceiling shot, and Kodro that looked like it was so close to be an own goal. But still a good job to clear the ball away though. It's gonna be Sleeps just pushing so hard against Insidious defense. They're able to break it down so hard. Just going for shot after shot, and eventually it will always create a chance for them to score a goal like this. Sleeps, maybe getting his second double tap, but this time it just wasn't really high enough, and maybe Brom will do the job, and this time he gets it. Again, it's just gonna be seen to like Brom really teaching Sleeps how to get these things going. Where I've seen like earlier, like Sleeps getting his flip reset, it wasn't really in, but next time Brom he does it, it goes in. And the first time it was like Sleeps goes for a double tap, it doesn't go in, but Brom does it, and it just goes in. Even though Sleeps, he got a double tap earlier, but it's kinda interesting that to see this kind of thing happening right now. Seems like they're having their follow-ups, just like how it was going to be like from their teammates. Like maybe his teammate went for a ceiling shot, it didn't go in. It's gonna be followed up with another ceiling shot, and the second one is always gonna be counting on the board. Last 20 seconds left right now. It's gonna be beautiful passing play between Brom and Sleeps. 7-2. 16 seconds left. It might not have been a Brazil, but still this is a very big win for Lupus3. And this is exactly what they needed, and it's gonna be 8-2. And just 2 seconds in only, resulting in another goal. And just another kick-off goal from Sleeps, just pulling this again. Like, are you kidding me? You can't just do the same strategy over and over again. It just works every time. And Sleeps just not letting this one go. 9-2, 10 seconds left. And he's still not giving up. He's basically farming goals for MVP, and he's already MVP, just 1,000 points on the board for him. Well, this definitely gonna be helping them to have a really good mindset in the last game, which is gonna be now just 2-1 for Lupus3. It was close at the beginning, but right now it just seemed to be an absolute domination, and like it seemed to be one-sided, especially halfway through game 3 and like all the way to the end. It just seemed to be one-sided. Lupus3 looked so good. They were like having so many offensive chances. It just looked like the second team is like getting outpaced and beat to every ball basically. So in game 4, you just hope for Insidious to at least walk away with a draw. I'm not sure if we have seen a draw today, but for Insidious, it definitely has to be them. It's gonna be Brom. Maybe a catch from the midfield. It was quickly denied, and also the transition has already happened. Gonna be Brom. That'd be off the backboard, but that was a really poor thought coming from the defense of Lupus once again. We have seen this earlier. Maybe not so much, but still it just happened again. It just always results in a goal right after. So this time it's gonna be Insidious taking the lead in game 4. It's gonna be Kodro. Off to the left wall, and Peepon with a really good center ball, but nobody was there to follow it up. It's gonna be Sleeps getting bumped and prevented from going on from his air dribble, but the karma bites back so quickly. It's gonna be resulting in an own goal. Just Peepon tried to catch the ball and just maybe play it very slowly, but it just resulted in an own goal. that's how it's gonna be Lupus3 tying up the game. Brom, looking for the second touch in the air, just beats two defenders on that soft touch. It just sometimes the soft touches are like the ones that you really need the most. That is a really hard moment for Insidious, especially after losing so badly in the previous game. And right now, it just seems to be happening all over the place, and Sleeps banging the ball from all the way back right to the net. And again, just no defender was ready for it, and that's gonna be 2 goals lead against Insidious. And we're still only like basically having somewhat 4 minutes left on the board, so still we have a lot of time, so it could go either way around, but that is definitely a really better start for Insidious. It's gonna be Sleeps just booming the ball straight to the top corner. 4-1. Air rolling his car to the left, trying to get the most out to the shot, and he actually gets it. That is just really impressive, and the aggression has really stepped up from Lupus. Interesting 50 coming from Kodro. It's gonna be Armino. Still able to get those plays going, even though he just has 0 boost on his tank. He's able to buy some time for his teammate to also get in a better position. It's gonna be Kodro. Batson just completely whiffing the ball. And Armino getting the bump on Deepon, just denying him from receiving a pass. And now he's getting completely demolished. And Brom almost getting the fake. Those offensive players are just not even stopping, and every time just they have something different on their mind. It's gonna be Sleeps off to the midfield. Now Brom. Just the boost remaining, getting still able to center the ball. Now Armino, just the ball barely in, but it goes in anyway eventually. 5-1 on the board. This is just a complete chaos in the defense from Insidious. This is really hard to see, because especially after like the first game, like first 2 games, they were like very close, and right now it just seems like a whole different team playing. It's gonna be Sleeps. Try to get the second touch off in the air. And Armino just putting a lot of pressure. It was 1-on-1 situation, but maybe even 2-on-1 situation, because it was Brom who just took the shot. Deepon made the clear, but still there was another player who isn't really done yet, and it was Armino. Just went for the shot and just eventually can't really defend your net for so long, especially like against 2 players. And now Armino getting another one right off the kickoff. 7-1 on the board. They get to Brazil. Sleeps getting 2 in the kickoff this time from, I don't know, maybe just his maybe interesting kickoff that he's coming up with. This time didn't really result in a goal, but at least it resulted in an assist for his teammate. 2 minutes remaining right now, and the team is just bleeding out, and the shots are going on non-stop. It's basically raining shots in the blue side. It's gonna be Sleeps trying to go for a very interesting mind game. Now Kodro trying to center the ball. Now Sleeps putting the ball down for his teammates. Gonna be Armino getting bumped all over the place. Now Armino is back into the action after getting bumped. He gets a flick going, And Brom is there for the shot, and Sleeps is there for the another one. It's still not gonna be in though. It's gonna be Brom again, just a lot of space given. The shot, it was just a bit too weak, and Sleeps trying to get his musty flick. The team isn't stopping from these offensive plays, and they always break the defense eventually. So many shots. Look at the scoreboard. 17 shots in general from Lupus3. This is insane. The team has been pushing like crazy from the previous game, and right now it's just happening again. Which was their only hope, which is just maybe end the series with a draw, but that is definitely not happening anytime soon. 30 seconds left only. Now they're just slowly bleeding out until the timer hits 0. But Lupus3 are definitely not stopping. They really want to keep scoring and boost up their goal differential, as they have needed that win for a very long time. And now they finally get it. It's gonna be 3-1 against Insidious. The ball is still alive, but it's gonna be killed immediately, and that's gonna be a game for Lupus3. That is just incredible offensive plays from the start all the way until the end. I'm really surprised how they just like shifted away their playstyle from like maybe being a bit too defensive, like booming the ball all the way out and relying on transitions. But eventually, it just seems like something has sticked. Like the team had really showed up, and it's like all of those three plays. It's not really just one.